Hi, this is Gail. Welcome back to another episode of our HRC at Home Fitness. Today I have with me Haley and Dave. The class that we're going to do today is style 3-2-1. We're going to be incorporating yoga poses, yoga that can also be used into our strength and also to be used into our core. As you see, we have our shoes on today. It's your choice. You can keep shoes on or you can take them off and go barefoot. It's another way that you can kind of do a program, design different things in your 3-minute episodes. So the yoga will be holding each exercise for 30 seconds, and I'll kind of talk to you a little bit about your posture and what you need to do. We'll go into a strength for 2 minutes and core for 1 minute. So first thing we're going to do is just stand nice and tall, roll the shoulders back, feet together. We're going to come into a high lunge on the right side. So extend your right leg out in front with a bent knee. Always make sure that you watch the knee over the toe. And you have the left leg extended behind you with the heel lifted up. You want to kind of just focus again. This is going to be yoga. It's going to be a work, but it's also going to be stretching. So think about tilting your pelvic and pushing your hips forward. We're going to hold for another 5 seconds, and we're going to come into chair pose with our hands in towards our heart. So step together. Place your hands in towards your heart, and just like it is, you imagine yourself sitting back into a chair. Watch the knees of the toe. You don't want to be extending with those knees too far over the toes. Press it back. Working a little bit here into the quads, building some strength into it. Try to think about your head's lifted, your eyes are looking straight ahead. Some nice easy breathing in and out. And we're going to step back in 5 seconds, high lunge on the left side. This time, take your arms and extend them out towards the side. When the arms are out, your shoulders should be really relaxed. Shoulders roll back. Tailbones tucked underneath. Breathing in nice and easy. And we're going to bring ourselves back into a high lunge in 5 seconds. And we're just going to repeat that series one more time. Chair pose. Bring the hands together. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. You can stay and hold here again with your palms pressing together, or you can expand and open the arms. I always say it's called spreading your wings. The right arm's up. It's a nice stretch that you get across your shoulder and into your upper back. Breathe in nice and easy. Bring the hands back into heart. Exercise. Step back into a high lunge. Extend your arms back up overhead. Now we can do different things. You can always hold into a lunge, and we're going to just add a couple little pulses here, pressing down and up. Again, work a little bit into the quads. Work into the glute muscles. And hold right here. Bring the hands back into the heart. Last time, sit into chair pose. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left. You're going to just let your eye gaze look straight across. Open those arms up. Spread your wings. We're going to be moving into our strength move, which we're going to be incorporating some mountain and a plank crunch. So in 5 seconds, we're just going to go ahead and bring both hands down towards the floor, framing the foot, jumping back into a nice easy plank. Alternate knees, right, left. We're going to do our mountain pose here for 30 seconds, and all we're doing is drawing the knee in towards the chest. You want to try to keep your back as flat as possible. Your eyes are looking down off of your mat. We have 10 seconds, and we're going to hold in our plank. Belly's in nice and tight. And hold. Exercise. All we're going to do is push back into our heels like a frog, and then come back into the plank. Pushing back and up, back and up. And once again, we're going to perform these exercises 2 times. So we'll come back into that mountain in 10 seconds. How are we all doing? Getting a nice opening of stretch into your hips as you work into the core. Exercise. Return to mountain. This time, let's go ahead and bring the knee opposite to elbow. Taking it across the body, working into the core. working into your arms. So adding our strength move in. Poses that you would probably see in your regular boot classes, regular cardio classes. In 5 seconds, we're gonna hold back into that plank and hold and press back, crouching back and bring it forward. Each time, use it to open up the hips, but build strength into the arms. We're gonna come into 1 minute core exercise and back. We'll be coming down on towards our belly in 10 seconds. 5 more. Good job, last one. Lay it down and extend your arms out in front. Lift upper body, lift the lower body, and lift both up. Again, upper lifts, lower, and both. Upper, lower, working into your back, and both. And take this one and hold. We're gonna hurry, pop it over, sit on towards your glutes, and come into scale. Belly's in nice and tight. And again, if you kind of need to take a breather, you can always drop the toes down towards the floor. Arms are reaching out in front, or you can extend, lifting your legs up. In less than 15 seconds, we're gonna go back to our yoga and work into some warrior poses. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pop it up, and you're gonna extend your right leg out in front into a warrior 2. Left leg behind you. Think again about your heel aligned with the back ankle. Yoga, we're back into a stretch. Think about your arms reaching and extending out in front of you. Stuck between that blade of glass. So keep it nice and tight. Abdominals in. Come into a right angle. Drop that hand down or the elbow down on towards the thigh. If you're kind of working on flexibility and it's not as strong, you're gonna stay up a little bit higher. Otherwise, release that right hand down to the inside of the foot. Turn your eye gaze up towards the ceiling. Pressing right here into a right angle. We're gonna work first the right side of the body, and then we'll change and come to the left. Crescent pose. Take your left hand to the back thigh, extend the right arm overhead. You're gonna lean and press back, opening up the front side of the oblique muscles. Always make sure you continue to work with that bent knee. Watch so you don't have the placement behind the toe. Kind of knee over the ankle is always a good way to think about it. So we worked 1.5 minutes on the right side, so then we're gonna step together in 5 seconds and switch it over to your warrior 2 on the left. Same thing. Heel in line with toe. Breathe in through the belly. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Think about the eyes looking across the front arm, across the middle of the finger. And just breathe. It's your yoga time. It's time for yourself to relax. Try to calm your breath and bring it down to a nice, easy breathing pattern. Right angle. Drop it down towards your elbow, or elbow down towards your thigh. If that's feeling, again, pretty good, you can always bring the hand to the inside. Always remember, one day is going to be different than the other, so kind of go with the flow of the day. If your muscles are feeling very tight, you may have to stay up a little bit higher. A little bit more flexible, you can always drop down a little bit deeper. The last pose in our yoga standing will be our crescent. So go ahead and bring it up. Right hand towards the thigh, and the left arm's going to reach overhead. The next movement, we're going to be coming into a curtsy lunge tree pose. So for that one, we will be moving ourselves off of our mat. But we got about 15 seconds left here. Again, nice and strong into your quad. Feel those muscles in the backside of your glute working. Breathing's nice and easy. And step it off. Step to the right, and you're gonna just take your hands, swing them over towards the right side as the left foot comes behind. Hand to heart as you come into a tree pose. Since this is going to be 2 movements together, we're actually going to work 1 minute on each side. When you're doing your balancing poses, you want to make sure, again, you find that focus somewhere out ahead of you and keep your eyes kind of gazing and looking at that. We have 30 more seconds. When you're pressing back into your curtsy lunge, again, kind of watch your knee and your toe. You want to make sure that you're pressing and sitting back to that imaginary chair. Core's tight. When you come into your tree pose, you think about that left knee coming and pressing to the outside. We've got about 5 seconds left, and we're just going to go ahead and switch right away to the other side. And release. Step the right over to the left and swing the arms and balance. Now me, I always know I'm more balanced and more centered on one side of the body, sometimes struggling on the other. You're going to probably find that out at home. Maybe one leg is stronger than the other. Maybe one leg's a little bit weaker. Maybe there's been some prior injuries. And those are the things that you're going to find out. We have 30 more seconds. Working on our core balance. Leg, some strength, and we're going to bring it back down towards the floor, and we'll be working into our core. Once again, we'll be using our plank pose as our strength move. Reach and draw it in, reach and in, and last one. Nice work. Come back down, and we're going to come right into our plank. And we're going to drop down towards our elbows, dropping the hips side to side. You want to think about really tilting and rolling over and towards the side of the foot and letting the hip drop down. In 10 seconds, we're going to quickly come on towards our back, and we're just going to do a basic crunching up and down movement. As you see, our movements work very quickly from one to the other. And again, just roll it down, hands behind the head, and a nice little crunch. Think about knees lining up with the hips. Hands just rest behind the head. Keep those elbows open. And breathe as you lift up and down. We're going to be coming back into our yoga poses. And we'll be coming into a lunge series. So let's go ahead and rock and roll ourselves up. Shoot it back, step your right leg forward, a runner's lunge, opening up into your hips. Runner's lunge, you're just going to keep your hands again, just kind of framing the foot. One hand on the right, one on the left. You're pushing that heel again back, getting the full stretch into the front side of your hip flexor, and working to the glute. In 5 seconds, we're going to make this into a revolving twist. So leave your hand to the inside and then open the right arm up towards the sky. This helps, again, the twisting action into the back. It's opening up your shoulder. It's a nice all-over body from the legs to the upper body. Be soft into the elbow. Breathe and just relax. Enjoy those stretches after the strengthen the core. Gives your body time to settle. Bring the right hand to the inside lizard pose. Just drop the left knee down towards the floor. Hug that right knee in. If you want to, you can drop down on towards the elbows. And then just let that knee kind of fall open. Sometimes you like to turn the toe out, so you think about the right knee coming over that third toe of your foot. Hip flexor, especially if you've been doing any kind of running this summer. Get really tight into your hips. It's a nice way to kind of open it up. And Dave and Haley may show you some different variations that you can do along the way. Runner's lunge on the left side. So again, both hands are framing. If you find sometimes that even holding in this, it's way too much work into the leg, you can always drop that left knee down towards the floor if you need to. And then bring it back up, pushing the heel back towards the room. We'll come again one more time into the revolving twist. So we're doing these exercises 1.5 minutes on each side.
Exercise.
Open the left arm up. Keep on trying to hug that left leg in towards the body. Sometimes we have that tendency just to kind of let everything kind of relax and fall open. You want to make sure that you continue to work in some nice good stretches. Try to keep your body in some good alignment, protect it in the long run. Just let your eyes look up towards the sky. Imagine the blue sky outside. And we come back into our lizard pose.
Exercise.
Turn the toe out, let the knee kind of follow, come onto the palms, and then you can drop down on towards the elbows. Just let that hip again open up. Breathing in and out. For our strength move, we're going to be coming into balance work again, driving the knee in towards our body, and then pushing it out into a warrior 3 pose. So again, we'll be staying there a little bit longer. And go ahead and bring it up.
Exercise.
And if you want to, you can draw yourself back off the mat. Use your arms for balance. Left knee comes up, and then extend the leg behind you. So we're not working fast. You can change your arms and just kind of work it at your own pace. And you want to make sure that you get that full extension, and you want to hold the abdominal muscles in nice and tight so you don't feel any pressure into the lower back. You can always add hand weights anytime into any of these workouts as you want to. Breathe. So we got less than 30 seconds on this side, and then we're going to move right away. A lot of times too, standing for 1 minute into a balance pose, oh, you feel those calves, right? Start to burn. Take your time, stop, shake it out, pause, and then join us back in. And if you feel like you can't go through all 60 seconds, you can always change it to 30. Maybe pump it up to 45 seconds, and then finish it in your 1 minute. But you can kind of see how you can design this workout any way that you want to with some of your favorite exercises. Just kind of look at the clock, set the timer, put on a nice Tabata, and you can go ahead and add your exercise. Take it inside or outside.
Exercise.
Plug it into the headphone. You've got it right there with you. We'll be coming back into a core, and this one will be staying in the same exercise for 1 minute. And it's going to be an inchworm, elbow to knee. So again, it's kind of utilizing the plank series. Even though it's core, you get some of that arm strength. So in 5 seconds, let's just make this our last knee. Bring it back to the mat, and you're going to come towards the edge, or the end of it. Walk your hands down towards your toes. Walk it out, draw the right knee to the elbow, walk it back, stay in your forward fold, walk it back out, left knee. Now to make this harder, you're going to start to drive that knee even further past your elbow. You can also feel yourself really squeezing the side of the waist. We've got 30 more seconds. So you get about 4 in each 30 seconds, or 3, elbow to knee. Breathe and relax. We've got 1 more series to go through tonight, and we're just going to be staying here on the floor and just really focusing, stretching some hamstrings. So we're going to go ahead and we'll turn our mats and give you guys a different view. Lay on towards your back and extend your right leg up towards the sky. And we're just going to work on the flexibility. Again, stretching that right hamstring. Hands can wrap around either the back side of your hamstring. You can work it up towards your calf. Maybe you can go up towards the toe, as long as you let the neck and the shoulders relax. The second pose we'll come into is thread the needle. So take your right leg, cross it over your left. Take your hands, hug your left hamstring, or you can bring it around the front side of your left shin. Just let the eyes look up. You can maybe take your head, start rolling it from side to side. Think about drawing and pushing the right knee away from you, again, opening up your inner thighs. And the last 30 seconds, we're going to just stretch your back, Open your arms up to a T, both knees come towards the left. And let your eyes just look across over towards the right side of the room. I want you to let your shoulders relax. See if you can keep both of them pressing down in towards the mat. Feel the stretch all the way down the spine towards the tailbone. And when we come back to center, we'll just go ahead and repeat these 3 exercises on the left side of the body. So right leg straight down towards the floor, left leg up. Hands can again either be right here behind the hamstring. That feels pretty good. Go ahead and walk them up towards the back side of your calf. Or you can even go deeper towards the toe, just as long as you're not making the neck and the shoulders do any kind of struggling there along the way. Breathe and relax. And then the last one we'll have for you again is just stretching the back. So open up the arm to a T, let both knees come over towards the right side. We'll go back into our strength. Last thing we're going to be doing with the plank series, we're going to be doing a side plank. We're going to drop on towards the elbows and repeat that again on the other side. So I'll explain it when we get there. So we're going to go ahead and just roll ourselves and come into a side plank on the full hand on the left. If you want to make this, again, a little bit easier, you can always drop that left knee down towards the floor. Hand to the hip, or reach the hand up towards the sky. Make sure you have the shoulder aligned with that left wrist. In our next 30 seconds, we're going to be turning our backs towards you, and we're going to roll on towards the right side and come down on towards the elbow. Same thing, left hand comes towards the hip. Shoulder in line with the elbow, and you're going to keep your abdominal muscles in nice and tight. Try to keep those hips lifted. If you need to, again, modify, you can always drop that right leg down towards the floor, just kind of bending the knee and bringing the leg behind you. Makes it a little bit easier. And again, take some strain off of the shoulders. We're going to go ahead and rotate over on towards the left elbow. And again, face in the front, see that you have your hips lifted. You can always change these variations out. You can do your hip dips with them. You can always drive a knee in towards the chest. So just because there's one certain exercise, maybe the next time you come back to our video, you can add some different variations to it. Always changing it up, making it nice and fresh. It's good for your cardio, it's good for your mind. And last time, we'll be turning our back away from you and coming into the full side plank. Variation again, you're up on your palm. You can drop down the right knee if you need to. As we've gone through this, we've kind of used the plank pose today in a variety of different situations. Breathe and relax. And our last set that we have for you will be our core. So let's go ahead and come on towards our back. And we're going to use the roll down. So inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, touch your toes. Inhale, come up, tuck the chin, look towards your belly, roll all the way down, arms overhead. Inhale, roll it back up. And we're just going to stay here for a minute. As you see, we're working these nice and control, kind of throwing in some Pilates movements. So in this one, your abdominals in nice and tight. And we've got 30 seconds left. So breathe in, exhale, roll down. So with this workout today, you can always kind of start yourself off in a nice, easy jog. We've done some nice stretches, but at the end of the series, if you feel like you need to stretch a little bit longer, you can go back to some of these movements that we've done in our yoga work for some stretch. Let's go ahead and make this our last one. So inhale, roll it up. Exhale, roll down. Breathe in and release. Once again, my name was Gail. I had with me Dave and Haley, inviting you again to another episode of our at-home fitness with HRC.